So it's about 5:45. I'm going to take you through my morning routine, which is kind of like a bit more like a rhythm than a routine. There's like a certain sort of process of things that I tend to follow, but there are variations to that depending on which day it is. Obviously, like some days when I'm doing the school run, it's a little bit different, but most days my morning routine is pretty much like this, where I am up quite early, usually about 6 o'clock I would say. Today I'm up slightly earlier, because I was just awake really, really early. I've just got a lot of things that I'm thinking about at the moment, work-wise mainly. So I was kind of just awake and buzzing and ready to go. And secondly, because I've actually got quite a busy morning, I am going out to brunch with a work friend, like a business friend, who I met through like business circles. Every few months we get together, we have a nice brunch, we talk business, we talk life stuff. So I'm doing that today, which means that I needed to get up a little bit earlier. I'm going to go out my jog, I'm going to get myself ready, I'm going to do a couple of hours of work, and then I'm going to go and meet her. So yeah, basically my mornings would just start with me. I just get up, get ready, well not ready but dressed. As you can see, I don't put makeup on or anything. I'm literally just out of bed, ready to go on my jog or my walk. The first thing I do when I wake up is usually just take a few minutes, sort of like thinking time, contemplation time, thinking about the day ahead, just like easing myself into the day for 10 minutes or so. And then I also always read a page of this book, which is called The Pivot Year by Brianna Wiest. And yeah, I've been enjoying that. I started that at the start of the year. I'm reading a page a day. Each day it's got like a thought or some sort of guidance for the day or some sort of reminder for the day. It's actually really, really a nice way to start your day. So I'm into a great habit of just reading a page of that. I mean, sometimes it's like 1 or 2 lines, and sometimes it's, a paragraph that's a bit longer. So I do that. I try not to go on my phone too much before I go out and exercise. If I see that I've got emails that have come in overnight, I usually will just have a quick look and see what they are. Especially at the moment, just because I'm backwards and forwards on a bit of a project in Australia. So there are things coming in overnight. I'm picking up in the morning from there. And other than that, I really try, I'm not perfect at it, but I try not to go on my socials until I've been up, been out, got my fresh air, come back, and I'm ready to, settle in and see what's going on in the world of social media. I think that is probably better for you than obviously waking up and checking your social straight away. But as I say, I'm not perfect at it. It is not always easy, especially if you wake up and you see you've got different notifications. One thing I always do though is have my phone on Do Not Disturb from about 8:30 p.m. until 7 a.m. and there's only certain people whose phone calls will and messages will come through to me, literally about 3 people, and everyone else I just don't get the notification. So if I happen to look and see it, then that's one thing, but it won't sort of interrupt my evening or my first thing in the morning. So I think that's really important actually. So yeah, plan for today is get up and out, go for a jog. I'll be listening to either an audiobook or a podcast whenever I'm out walking or jogging in the morning. Today, I think I'm quite up to speed on my podcast, so I think I will possibly listen to Steve Jobs' audiobook, which I have been quite enjoying. It's really, really interesting to hear, about him as a character, his approach to business, his approach to innovation, etc. And I mean, I think it's 22 hours long or something. I'm quite well into it just now, so I'm probably just carry on with that while I'm out. And yeah, I'm going to get a nice drink of water because I always like to hydrate in the morning too. And then I'm going to head out and I shall take you with me. there we go, jog done. And probably once or twice a week, usually once, I'll go a little bit of a deviation on my jog and finish somewhere that I can get a coffee. So that's always a little treat to myself when I do it, pretty much weekly. But quite often if I'm going out a walk, I'll just take my own coffee from home, and if I'm going out a jog and not going to a coffee shop or to pick up a coffee, then I'll just get one when I get home. So the reason that I like coming out early in the morning is because I'm one of those people that just has more energy in the morning than I do once the day's caught up with me. So I think it's important to recognise that. And it's so peaceful at this time in the morning. Yes, there's people out and about, but the majority of the world has not woken up yet, around here anyway. So it's peace and quiet, it's thinking time, it's basically my two non-negotiables in the mornings are move your body and get some fresh air. And of course, it's not possible every single day, but most days, and I always try and work on most days I do that, and I definitely feel much the better for it before you get bogged down in the day's stuff that needs done. So yeah, I'm going to drink my coffee, I'm going to go home, get a shower and start on some work. Okay, so it is 7:20. I am all showered, I am feeling good, and I've got about 2 hours till I need to go out for this brunch. So I'm gonna crack on with a couple of hours of work. I'm gonna reply to some emails. I've got a couple of messages that have come in on socials overnight. I have got quite a lot of backwards and forwards on email about various different podcasts that clients are hopefully going to be going on, just talking about dates, things like that. I have got three clients recording podcasts tomorrow, so I need to put a little briefing pack together for each of them, make sure they've got all the information they need before they go to those podcasts. I have got a press release to write for a charity event that a client's holding. I don't have all the details for that yet, so I'll put sort of a structure together and then basically add in the details once they come through, but at least I'll know that I've got the bones of it done from what I already know about the event. What else? I've got a client who has a book coming out in a few weeks, so I want to start putting together a press release for that for her to approve. So I may do that this afternoon. Also this afternoon I've got some pitching to do for a client who's going on a trip to Australia. So I really want to get some good outreach done. I have already done some outreach, but I've got some more ideas, so I'm gonna do some more this afternoon. So the plan this morning is really to get through as much of the to-do list that I can in the next couple of hours, have brunch, and then this afternoon just have 2 or 3 sort of big things that I need to get done, as well as anything that's come in while I've been out and about or during the day. So I feel like I win my days in the morning. If the mornings get off to a good start and I get some momentum and I get working through my to-do list, I feel good. I don't really enjoy scrambling about at the end of the day to try and get stuff done, but it does happen. And yesterday was kind of one of those days, to be honest. So I think I'm on a bit more of a mission today. And it's not through any fault of, mine or anybody else's. Sometimes that's just the way that your day goes, especially if you're out and about for a couple of hours, which I am today. And I was at a meeting yesterday as well. So sometimes you just get those days where there's a lot to be done, and it doesn't feel like you've got enough time to do it. But early mornings help. I am definitely more of an early morning person than an evening person. I do struggle to keep my concentration levels and my energy levels high in the evenings. Mornings are good for me. And also, like, I don't find it that hard to get up in the morning. I haven't drunk alcohol for 4 years now, so being completely alcohol free, I do think it A, helps me sleep a lot better, and B, it just helps you wake up feeling, a bit more fresh. I mean, don't get me wrong, you still feel tired, you still feel like sometimes you don't want to get out of bed, but you're not hungover at least. So yeah, that's the plan, and I'm going to crack on with some work now so that I can get that done and then head out for brunch. Also, just to add, I have got a little coffee here, and breakfast wise, I tend not to eat too early in the morning just because I'm never really that hungry. I usually have my breakfast, earliest would normally be around 9:30, between 9:30 and 10:30, I would say. What I quite often do is obviously my morning movement, exercise, school run, whatever it might be, and then I get cracking on with work for a bit, and then I'll stop and have like a little breakfast break. And obviously today I'm going out for brunch, sorry, so I'm not going to be like showing breakfast time as such. Usually my favourite breakfast at the moment is just a lovely Greek yogurt with blueberries and nuts, and I just absolutely love it. So I have that most days, but like I say, not till sort of mid-morning. It's just what suits me. I kind of wake up in the morning and I don't feel necessarily like eating. If I woke up and I was absolutely starving, then I would just have some breakfast. I would have it earlier. But so I just try and like go with what my body's telling me. Usually by 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm starting to get pretty hungry, so I'll have it then. So that's just what works for me. But yeah, I've been loving that breakfast recently. It's like super nice breakfast. But this place that I'm going out to does a delicious brunch as well, so I'm looking forward to that. So that is me pretty much ready to head out the door. It's about 9:20. I have done a good couple of hours of work. I feel calm to go for brunch when, I've got through a chunk of the to-do list for today. I've got a few big things to do this afternoon, which I am quite happy about, because I know I'll have the whole afternoon, hopefully, to do that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to going out and having some brunch. I don't do this as much as I should, to be honest, and this is more as a reminder to myself about how important it is, because when you work alone, and you spend a lot of time by yourself and you work for yourself, it is quite lonely at times, and it is really, really helpful and beneficial to chat to other people who kind of understand that world, that life. You can bounce ideas off each other, you can share like views, you can ask for help, you can tell them about things that you're dealing with and they might have been through it or know someone that has as well. So it's that social element is really, really important. And because I've had my head down working so much in the last few weeks, I really should do it probably 2 or 3 times a month, to be honest, which would be much more healthy. So that's what I need to aim for, a couple of times a month at least. But I'm looking forward to getting out. I've ticked everything off my list this morning, really, that would class as my part of my morning routine. I've moved my body, I've got fresh air, I have had my coffee, of course. I've had some like chill time, contemplation time, and I've done some work, I've got ahead of the day. So yeah, if I can fit all that in a morning, then I'm pretty happy, and I'm going out for some nice food now. So I never said this vlog was going to be exciting. This is the reality. This is what I do every Thursday morning, pretty much, apart from the going out for brunch. But if I am going to arrange brunch, it probably would be on a Thursday morning, because that day does suit me. So yeah, this is the real morning routine that I would do sort of every single day. And I hope it's been helpful, I hope it's been interesting, and I shall see you again very, very soon.